Koenigsegg and Bugatti said they will never do a car that's faster than the current ones?
I think so, yeah.
What just happened between Koenigsegg and Bugatti is sending shockwaves through the hypercar world. For years, these two giants have pushed each other to the edge in speed, in engineering, in dominance. But now something's changed. After months of calculated silence, Koenigsegg CEO has finally spoken out, and what he said isn't just bold, it's brutal. When Bugatti did this 300 Plus, it's a rough prototype that is modified, and the real version is much slower. This isn't a PR statement. This isn't a friendly nod. This is a direct shot, a warning, a line in the sand. Whatever you thought about the rivalry before, forget it. This just got personal. The spark that reignited the rivalry? In June 2024, the hypercar world was set ablaze when Bugatti unveiled its latest masterpiece, the Tourbillon. This new model, succeeding the Chiron, marked a significant departure from Bugatti's previous engineering philosophies. Instead of the renowned quad-turbocharged W16, the Tourbillon boasts a naturally aspirated 8.3-liter V16 engine developed in collaboration with Cosworth. This engine alone delivers exactly 1,000 horsepower and revs up to an impressive 9,000 RPM. Complementing this is a trio of electric motors, 2 at the front and 1 at the rear, collectively producing an additional 800 horsepower. The combined output stands at a staggering 1,800 horsepower, propelling the Tourbillon from 0 to 60 in just 2 seconds and achieving a top speed of 276 miles per hour with the use of a speed key. The Tourbillon's design is as revolutionary as its powertrain. Drawing inspiration from mechanical watches, the interior features a fully analog center console operated by mechanical gears and an instrument cluster designed to resemble a watch movement. The steering wheel has a fixed central hub, ensuring the instrument cluster remains visible at all times. Materials like machined aluminum, crystal glass, and titanium crafted by Swiss watchmaker Compto underscore the vehicle's luxury and attention to detail. Upon its unveiling, the Tourbillon was immediately positioned as a direct competitor to Koenigsegg's Jesko Absolute. While the Jesko Absolute had been lauded for its potential to break speed records, the Tourbillon specifications suggested it could not only match, but possibly surpass Koenigsegg achievements. Media outlets and automotive enthusiasts began drawing comparisons, analyzing performance metrics, and speculating on which manufacturer would ultimately claim the hypercar crown. Koenigsegg, known for its innovative engineering and record-breaking vehicles, remained conspicuously silent in the wake of the Tourbillon's debut. There were no immediate press releases, interviews, or social media posts addressing Bugatti's latest creation. This lack of response led to widespread speculation. Some wondered if Koenigsegg was developing a new model in secret, while others questioned whether the Swedish manufacturer could keep pace with Bugatti's advancements. Needless to say, the automotive community buzzed with anticipation. Forums, blogs, and social media platforms were rife with discussions about the potential implications of the Tourbillon's release. Would Koenigsegg rise to the challenge, or was this the beginning of Bugatti's unchallenged dominance in the hypercar segment? But behind the scenes, Koenigsegg wasn't just watching Bugatti's moves. He was preparing to respond. And when they did, it was bad news. And when you really think about it, it all might have actually started even a bit earlier. The record breakers, the records that push things too far. In May 20th, 23, the hypercar world witnessed a seismic shift. Rimac Automobile's all-electric Nevers shattered expectations by setting 23 performance records in a single day, including a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 1.74 seconds and a 0 to 250 time of 29.93 seconds, surpassing Koenigsegg's Regera. Now, the Nevers record-breaking feats were achieved at the Automotive Testing Papenburg, or ADP, facility in Germany, utilizing its 2.4-mile straights. The records were independently verified by DoSoft and RaceLogic, ensuring the legitimacy of the accomplishments. Notably, the Never outperformed its own official specifications, recording a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 1.74 seconds, compared to the previously claimed 1.85 seconds. Better yet, all acceleration records were completed with a standard 1-foot rollout and equipped with road-legal Michelin Cup 2 are tires on non-prepped asphalt. Among the 23 records set, the 0 to 240 miles per hour benchmark stood out as a significant achievement. The Nevera completed this test in 29.93 seconds, surpassing the previous record held by Koenigsegg's Regera, which had achieved a feat in 31.49 seconds back in 2019. This is where things get juicy. The Nevera's performance was not only a testament to its engineering, but also a statement in the hypercar arena. With its advanced battery system, powertrain, and software all developed in-house, the Nevera showcased the potential of electric hypercars. Its 4 individual motors, controlled by a sophisticated torque vectoring system, allowed for precise power delivery and handling. Media outlets worldwide covered Nevera's achievements extensively. Top Gear highlighted the Nevera's time, emphasizing its 1 1/2 second advantage over the Regera. The article noted that both times were really very fast enough, but acknowledged the significance of Nevera's accomplishment, and the public's perception of Koenigsegg began to shift. Once considered the pinnacle of hypercar performance, Koenigsegg now faced a formidable challenger in Rimac. Discussions emerged questioning whether Koenigsegg could maintain its dominance in the face of Rimac's technological advancements. However, Koenigsegg was not one to be outdone. In June 20th, 23, just a month after Nevera's record-setting day, Koenigsegg reclaimed the record with the Regera, achieving a time of 28.81 seconds. This new record was set at Örebro Airport in Sweden, utilizing a smoother track and new Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2R tires. Christian von Koenigsegg, the company's founder, expressed pride in the Regera's enduring capabilities. He emphasized that the Regera's performance, even years after its initial release, was an emblem of its advanced engineering and timeless design. And so the rivalry between Rimac and Koenigsegg intensified, capturing the attention of automotive enthusiasts and industry experts alike. The rapid exchange of records highlighted the competitive nature of the hypercar segment and the relentless pursuit of performance excellence. As the competition between electric and hybrid hypercars escalated, the industry watched closely. The Nevera's achievements demonstrated the potential of electric vehicles, while Koenigsegg's response showcased the enduring capabilities of hybrid technology. The quiet rivalry had evolved into a full-blown contest of engineering prowess, with each manufacturer pushing the other to new heights. As the records continued to fall, one thing became clear. The hypercar world was entering a new era, and the competition was far from over. The silent shade over the tech arms race. The silent shade. As the battle between Bugatti and Koenigsegg escalated in 2024, the rivalry evolved beyond raw horsepower. It became a clash of philosophies, one grounded in heritage and timeless design, the other in radical innovation and mechanical reinvention. In the middle of it all, subtle shots were fired, and even silence had weight. When Bugatti unveiled the Tourbillon, it wasn't just a new hypercar, it was a manifesto. Ditching the quad-turbo W16 that had defined the Veyron and Chiron eras, Bugatti introduced a naturally aspirated 8.3 LV16, developed in partnership with Cosworth. As we have mentioned, it made 1,000 horsepower on its own, but with the addition of 3 electric motors, the Tourbillon pushed a combined 1,800 horsepower. No turbos, no forced induction, no gimmicks. That was the message. This was performance delivered through mechanical purity and clean hybrid integration. And the industry noticed. Bugatti emphasized that the Tourbillon was timeless. The interior was filled with mechanical watch-inspired elements, like a fully analog instrument cluster that sat inside the spokes of a fixed hub steering wheel. The central console used gears and cogs instead of screens. There were no giant touch interfaces. It was deliberate, elegant, and pointed, and that's where the silent shade began. During the media rollout, Bugatti executives, particularly design chief Frank Hale and Rimac CEO mate Rimac, began making statements that didn't mention competitors by name, but didn't need to. Frank described the Tourbillon's interior as resistant to the aging of tech, even adding that simplicity is sophistication. Rimac, in a separate interview, called the car free of unnecessary complexity, and neither needed to say Koenigsegg. The inference was loud and clear, because if one brand represents mechanical complexity in the hypercar world, it's Koenigsegg. The company's entire ethos is built on audacious, envelope-pushing tech. Their free valve system an engine with no camshafts using pneumatic and electronic actuators to independently control each valve, is among the most talked about automotive engineering feats of the past decade. It offers insane flexibility, cylinder deactivation on demand, tailored combustion cycles, even the ability to switch between two-stroke and four-stroke modes. On paper, it's genius, but to traditionalists, it's borderline over-engineered. Then, there's the light-speed transmission, or LST, which is basically Koenigsegg's in-house gearbox that bypasses a traditional shift pattern entirely by pre-selecting gears and snapping to them instantly. It doesn't use a flywheel or a torque converter. It's revolutionary, but again, complex. That's why Bugatti's push for mechanical purity in the tourbillon wasn't just a stylistic choice. It was strategic positioning. While Koenigsegg was doubling down on bleeding-edge systems like camless engines, torque vectoring hybrids, and ultra-complicated drivetrains, Bugatti was presenting a cleaner, more classic approach to performance. Their message was simple: less is more and more timeless. Industry analysts quickly picked up on the tension. Commentators and auto podcasts quickly began framing the tourbillon as a rebuke to the complexity arms race. Yet through mid and late 2024, Koenigsegg's social channels remained relatively quiet. There was no public comment from Christian von Koenigsegg himself about the tourbillon. No interviews, no press releases, not even a tweet. This silence was unusual. Historically, Christian has been deeply engaged with the media, always explaining tech, breaking down concepts, and defending innovation. His long-form videos about free valve, Jesko's hybrid setup, and the light-speed transmission have millions of views. He's not just the CEO. He's the public face of the brand. So when Bugatti started drawing all the attention with its simpler is better message and Koenigsegg didn't clap back, people noticed. Automotive forums began asking, is Koenigsegg falling behind? Is the complexity becoming a liability? But of course, the answer wasn't that simple. Internally, Koenigsegg has always believed that innovation isn't optional, it's the brand. For Christian, the goal was never just go fast. It was to reinvent how cars go fast. He's called the free valve system the future of internal combustion. He described Koenigsegg's tech stack as a modular platform, one that can be adapted across combustion, hybrid, or fully electric setups. To him, the complexity wasn't the point, it was the results. But in a world where public perception can shift quickly, Bugatti's narrative was landing. For some, the tourbillon felt like the beginning of a new era, one where innovation would be measured not just by novelty, but by clarity, design integrity, and mechanical elegance. The irony: Koenigsegg's own cars were arguably more advanced. The Jesko with its hybrid TFG engine and innovative torque vectoring AWD setup offered true four-seat hypercar performance. The Jesko Absolute was designed to be the fastest production car ever built, but without recent public runs or flashy unveilings, the buzz was starting to favor Bugatti. The quiet wasn't just a PR risk. It was beginning to feel like a strategic vacuum. That's when whispers began to circulate in enthusiast circles. Some claimed that Koenigsegg was preparing a response, perhaps a speed run for the Jesko Absolute. Others theorized about a fully electric Koenigsegg, the ultimate evolution of their hybrid systems. Still others believed Christian was simply letting the dust settle, biding his time for a statement that would reframe the entire conversation. And maybe they were right, because if Bugatti thought Koenigsegg would stay quiet forever, they were mistaken. The new year, the new challenges. By the first quarter of 2025, Koenigsegg's absence from the front lines of the hypercar arms race had shifted from intriguing to unnerving. What had once been interpreted as strategic focus was now fueling whispers of internal pressure, a battle brewing not on public roads or test tracks, but behind closed doors in Ängelholm, Sweden. As Bugatti Rimac surged into the spotlight with their record-smashing Nevra and the opulent V16 powered tourbillon, Koenigsegg's long silence began to feel loud. But those watching closely knew something was stirring. In early January 20th, 25, reports from European automotive circles suggested that not everything was calm within Koenigsegg's headquarters. Several sources hinted that senior figures in Koenigsegg were pushing for more aggressive action. The sentiment echoed across a few trusted forums. Koenigsegg wasn't just feeling competitive pressure from Rimac and Bugatti. They were facing internal tension over how to respond. Historically, Christian von Koenigsegg had been the face of innovation. His charisma and obsession with precision engineering had made Koenigsegg a cult icon, a brand that stood apart from giants like Bugatti not through size but through technological audacity. But as of April 20th, 25, he had remained publicly silent since the Tourbillion's unveiling. The silence began to fracture when small leaks of information started to drip. A known part supplier based in Germany reportedly mentioned that Koenigsegg had made a significant order for a bespoke compound of Michelin tires. Tires similar to those used by Rimac during its 23 record day in 2023. This added weight to the theory that Koenigsegg was preparing for its long-promised top speed run. Yet while Koenigsegg has always marched to its own tempo, there's no ignoring the tempo being set by the competition. Rimac's Nevra, with its all-electric drivetrain, didn't just beat records, it redefined the hypercar performance ceiling. Then came the Bugatti Tourbillon, a hybrid juggernaut which drew headlines for both simplicity and power. That put the Jesko Absolute in an awkward position. When it was first announced in 2020, the Jesko Absolute was introduced as the world's fastest car. On paper, it was designed to exceed 330 miles per hour, engineered with minimal drag and maximum stability. But now, 5 years later, there still hadn't been an official top speed run. And no matter how meticulously engineered it was, the lack of public performance data was starting to feel like a vulnerability. Reports suggested that some in Koenigsegg's leadership believed they had waited too long. A former PR consultant who had worked at the brand claimed in a late March podcast that internal meetings had grown significantly more urgent since late 2024. While there were no details of conflict, the tone was clear. The brand needed a win, and it needed one soon. Through all of this, however, Koenigsegg remained officially silent. Their social channels posted occasional updates, but nothing hinted directly at any upcoming record run, new launch, or statement about the Bugatti Tourbillon or Rimac Nevra. The Jesko Absolute, for all its potential, had yet to be validated by real-world numbers, and that fact wasn't lost on fans who were eager to see how the company would survive from the flames. The fire testing Koenigsegg's resolve. In June 20th, 24, the company faced a significant challenge when a Jesko hypercar caught fire during the 6-6 Europe tour in Greece. The incident, which resulted in the complete destruction of the vehicle, prompted the company to issue a do-not-drive order for all Jesko owners until the cause was determined. The vehicle, a bespoke, newer edition with a Koenigsegg naked carbon finish in gold leaf accents, had been delivered to its owner just weeks prior. Fortunately, both the driver and passenger escaped unharmed. Of course, Koenigsegg conducted a thorough investigation and determined that a compromised hydraulic hose at the rear of the car was the likely cause of the fire. The leak allowed hydraulic fluid to come into contact with hot components, leading to ignition. In response to the incident, Koenigsegg announced that it would replace the destroyed Jesko at no cost to the owner, effectively increasing the total production count to 126 units. Additionally, the company implemented a software update designed to detect hydraulic leaks and shut down the system immediately to prevent future occurrences. Later that year, on November 14th, 2024, another fire broke out at Koenigsegg's factory in Ängelholm, Sweden. The blaze, which was quickly contained, was attributed to lithium batteries catching fire in a development area. One individual was hospitalized for smoke inhalation, but was expected to recover fully. Koenigsegg, for their part, confirmed that no vehicles were damaged and that production would continue as normal. And still, after all that happened, they managed to make a car that outshines Bugatti, the 2025 Koenigsegg Jesko. Engineering without limits. Koenigsegg's journey has been marked by a commitment to pushing boundaries. From the Agera to the Regera, each model has introduced groundbreaking features. The Jesko continues this tradition, offering two distinct variants: the track-focused Jesko Attack and the speed-optimized Jesko Absolute. At the heart of the Jesko lies a 5-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine delivering 1,280 horsepower on standard gasoline and an astonishing 1,600 horsepower when fueled with E85 biofuel. This engine features a flat-plane crankshaft weighing just above 27 pounds, allowing for a red line of staggering 8,500 RPM and contributing to the car's exceptional performance. Complementing the engine is Koenigsegg's proprietary 9-speed light-speed transmission, a multi-clutch system that enables near-instantaneous gear changes, enhancing acceleration and overall driving dynamics. Jesko's design is a blend of form and function. The Jesko Attack variant features advanced aerodynamic elements, including a prominent rear wing and front splitter, generating significant downforce for track performance. In contrast, the Jesko Absolute is designed for minimal drag, aiming to achieve unprecedented top speeds. On top of all this, the carbon fiber monocoque chassis provides structural rigidity while keeping weight to a minimum, and its dimensions contribute to its dynamic stability and aesthetic appeal. Computer simulations suggest that the Jesko Absolute could achieve a top speed of 311 miles per hour, potentially surpassing all existing records and solidifying its status as the fastest production car. It without a doubt represents a pinnacle in automotive engineering, blending extreme performance with advanced technology and design. But what if it is just the beginning, the statement that changes everything? According to multiple insiders close to the Swedish automaker, Koenigsegg CEO finally broke his silence on Bugatti and its bad news in a private gathering with close industry partners, technical collaborators, and longtime brand affiliates held just weeks after the 2025 Jesko's public reveal. Sources report that Christian von Koenigsegg made a series of pointed, if unofficial, remarks. Not only did he challenge the narrative of Bugatti's supremacy, but he also allegedly took aim at the heart of their engineering approach. According to those in attendance, Christian's tone was calm, analytical, but unmistakably sharp. While not initially naming Bugatti, he made repeated references to heavy cars masquerading as performance machines and hypercars that perform once on paper, not daily on the road. In one moment, though, he is said to have remarked, "Let's stop pretending that brute force and a big engine make a car revolutionary. Bugatti is not redefining performance. They're padding numbers with weight, and I have something better in mind, something that would crush them." Soon after the meeting, whispers of the new project started seeing the light of day. New project. The Jesko Absolute may still be Koenigsegg's undisputed flagship for now, but according to multiple industry insiders, there's another car already being developed behind the walls of Koenigsegg's ultra-secure Angel Home facility. And if even half the whispers are true, it's not just Koenigsegg's answer to the Bugatti tourbillon. It's the start of something else entirely. First surfaced in late 2024 among European supplier leaks, this new car was referenced in a set of highly specific material orders filed through shell companies, contract for ultralight composite housings, advanced heat-dispersing modules, and an unusually compact battery array. Analysts noticed the materials didn't match any of Koenigsegg's current builds, including the Jesko or Gemera. That's when the questions started. Then, in early 2025, a satellite image showing an unfamiliar low-profile prototype testing under camo netting at Koenigsegg's private runway was reportedly sent to Bugatti. The outline didn't match the Jesko or Gemera. It was smaller, smoother, lower to the ground. Some began to suggest that Koenigsegg was developing its first fully electric hypercar, but not in the way Rimac had. Rather than chasing headline top speeds, this car's goal, insiders suggest, is surgical precision, redefining power-to-weight balance, agility, and control through a radical rethink of the EV platform. According to one former subcontractor tied to battery design, the target curb weight is under 3,000 pounds, a number nearly unheard of in full-electric supercars. For comparison, Rimac never weighs over 5,000. But what really sets this car apart isn't just its weight. Sources suggest it will incorporate an AI-integrated drive logic system. Not just basic torque vectoring, but adaptive neural learning that tunes the vehicle's response in real time to driver behavior, road conditions, and performance demands. Add to that the alleged use of proprietary ultra-dense battery pack, which is smaller, cooler, and lighter than anything currently on the market, and Phantom starts to look less like a car and more like a statement. Koenigsegg won't just enter the EV arms race. They'll try to rewrite it. Internally, the project is being kept highly compartmentalized. Engineers are working in isolated teams. Security is tight. No official filings exist under the Koenigsegg name. Only trace hints in European supplier databases and occasional reference in obscure industrial patents. Which raises the ultimate question. Is this new car the real weapon Christian von Koenigsegg has been holding back? And if so, what happens when a car like the Jesko, still not fully unleashed, is already being overshadowed by the next revolution? We think. Let us know in the comments.